Super 爱豆的笑容，够美丽的甜，8月正午的。
When I think of indie games, I usually think of games by small companies or companies that don't really have a ton of fame, but I seriously forgot that my high school years had some of the best indie games of all time. Scriptwelder is my favorite indie dev for the fact that point and click games are so enjoyable to me. I was going to choose just one game to speak about, but how can I do that with such an amazing set of trilogies? Like actually, there's the Don't Escape trilogy plus the fourth game and the Deep Sleep trilogy. How can I choose between those? Honestly, I just took a ton of older point and click games that I liked when I was in high school and put them all into one video. If you haven't played any of these games, you are missing out. Kids these days get to play more easily accessible games, but we didn't really have those when I was in high school. I had web browser games like How to Fly or the original Bloons Tower Defense games. All right, let's settle off the whole nostalgia train because I was reaching a point of having a mental breakdown over being 26. Realistically, you think of games that are point and click could be boring or not have enough content, but good lord, this godsend of a dev made some of the best series in web game history. Scriptwelder made some of the most interesting story-driven games I've ever experienced in an indie title. Don't Escape 4 Days to Survive is probably the best in that aspect, as it quite literally made me sob at parts. I don't exactly want to spoil a lot of the game story, but man, if you don't like to read like a doofus or you don't enjoy stories, well, skill issue I'd say, but you're also a bozo. Still, you're missing out on one of my favorite story games. I don't have many gripes about these games, but I can definitely say I've missed out on endings due to small mistakes each time I play the game. Oh no, I missed a small piece of information. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me later. But to be fair, that's mostly my fault for being an idiot most of the time. Really though, this developer knows how to make a story, and in general, a really enjoyable point and click game. I always enjoyed the Deep Sleep trilogy, and man, it's seriously nice to figure out the lore of the game yourself. Finding lore in games is probably my favorite thing to do, and especially because it makes you feel like you're finding these things yourself and being able to explore the world at your own pace. It allows the player to witness the story like they were the main character, which is insane because how many games really do that, especially when it's a point and click game. It's incredible to me that one dev working with Flash created these amazing games and got the chance to work with Armor Games and upload them to Steam for us to witness them once again. It's such a relief that these games actually were able to be imported to Steam and allow people who have never tried them to play a trilogy that gives such a wonderful experience. I've never expected older games I played when I was younger to be played on current gen computers. Deep Sleep has this amazing design about being in a dream. First off, the game literally starts out with a quote, "If you gaze long into the abyss will gaze into you." Like, how hard is that? It's such a good quote to start off a game. Basically, the start of the game is you yourself leaving notes to yourself inside your dream about the fact that you're in your own dream. Trippy. But then it gets even deeper by basically explaining, "Oh, I hope you awaken your inner self, by the way, and you have full lucid control of your dream," smile, and just leaves it at that. Insane. I could never. Although, once you get far enough, you end up finding these shadow people, and they're actually terrifying in my opinion. I'm also a wuss. Second game and third games are also kind of terrifying, have a lot more of a story than the first one, but if you want to see more of those games, please play them. It helps out the creator and gives you good story. It's also cheap on Steam. I promise they are very worth it. My favorite out of the games is, like I said, Don't Escape 4 Days to Survive. The story on that game is absolutely insane. Scriptwelder really took his time and made a masterpiece. Seriously. I've always enjoyed Scriptwelder's games, but this time, the game is absolutely their best work. Down to the smallest part of the game, it is 100% worth your time. To fully experience the game, you need to play it a few times, and even then it's randomized, so your experience is different each time you play the game no matter what. The game starts out as you walking up and feeling confused with your view, and you actually have a huge deja vu feeling. However, you just started the game, so what gives? As you progress through the story, you find different survivors that can help you with chores and things you have to do, and this will actually lower the cost of doing said things, which makes the game a lot easier. You can often find lore pieces about the world being destroyed and the wasteland you're in as well. Surprisingly enough, the first day is still hard if you don't know what you're doing. Each other day is quite a lot easier once you understand what to do though. The lore of the fourth game is really interesting and involves a secret organization as well as the other characters you know of, and the moon. Yeah, the actual moon. To be fair, it's a wasteland because our own issues, I'm pretty sure. Humans are the reason why the world is dying in this universe, and the Deep Sleep trilogy and Don't Escape games are actually connected in one way or another. I read up on a Steam forum by Ha-Yi. Sorry if I butchered that, which I'll actually leave in the description, which includes spoilers, so please read at your own discretion. But they basically explain that the organization that we know created the issues with our world are the reason why the past games actually happened. All the different mechanisms are caused by that organization. If you played the original trilogies, you can actually see a ton of connections between them in Don't Escape 4. All the games are set up in different versions of the same universe and different timelines. It's such an interesting and fun idea to create in an indie web game. It's really crazy that one developer created all this in a short span of time inside a web game. Anyways, I've been obsessed with these games and Fallout for the past 2 weeks. Thanks for giving me your time and witnessing my obsessions. If you plan to give me your time again, I'll see you tomorrow for the Fallout stream at twitch.tv/Ezreal, where we dive deep into the game's mods. Well, you know, with mods at least. Might move the upload times of videos to 10 a.m. on Tuesday and 2 p.m. streams on Tuesday as well, but that's a maybe. Thanks for coming by. I'm not sure when exactly I'll stream. After my new GPU arrives, I might stream a little bit earlier. It'd be nice to stream with the 4080 Super.